results of Class 10 and 12 CBSE Central Board of Secondary Education are out, and this year the numbers are nothing short of a proud moment for the Tibetan teachers, students, parents and for the Department of Education of Central Tibetan Administration. The Class 12 has an overall pass percentage of 99.69% and Class 10 with overall pass percentage of 97.12%. To learn more on the results, we have invited Mr. Tenzin Dorjee, head of the academic section of the Department of Education of Central Tibetan Administration today. Welcome to our program, Gela.
Thank you for having me on Tibettv.
So, Gela, the CBSE result of Tibetan schools has been commendable this year, both the Class 10 and 12. So, and many Indian media, news media, especially print, have covered these news on their headlines. So what would you like to say?
Yes, Pandila, you have rightly said that the result of Class 10 and 12 has been commendable. And then you have also said that it's a proud moment for the student, teachers, parents and the DOE as a whole. So I would say definitely it's a proud moment and commendable too. Because you have just now mentioned that the pass percentages of Class 12 and 10. So this year we have 13 schools appearing in the board exams in Class 12. So the overall pass percentage is 99.69. And in Class 10 we have 23 schools with about 1,007 students appearing in it, and then out of which 978 has passed. So the pass percentage is 97.12. So I would say that the overall result is commendable. But on the top of that, more important is not because just they have achieved this result, but because the current, particularly the current Class 12, when they were in grade 9 and 10, they have suffered a lot because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So the current 12 who have passed this year was in grade 9 when the pandemic started. It was in March 2020. So from March 2020 till the end of 2021, they have their grade 9 and 10 schooling years. And then as soon as they pass out the Class 10, they have about 6 to 7 months in grade 11. So because of all these situations that they have gone through, and on the top of that, despite the challenges that they have faced, they have come out with a very remarkable result this year. So because of all these reasons, I would say that they have done great. And during the pandemic also, when I say they have suffered, it's because almost 80 to 90% of the the learning has gone through online. So there were lots of challenges, and despite that, they have come out with good result this year. So it's all because of the hard work and the commitment and the dedication of the concerned teachers and the students. So I would congratulate them all. Thank you.
Yeah. And last year, when the Class 12 result came out in 2023, 13 Tibetan schools under 3 different autonomous bodies, TCV, Tibetan Homes Foundation and STSS, Sambuddha Tibetan School Society, that appeared for the exam scored pass percentage of 98.39 and the average percentage of 73.31. These are the numbers that are there available on the website. So, and this year, 11 schools achieved 100% pass rate and an overall pass percentage of 99.69%. So, what do you think must have given the push in this performance, the improvement that we see?
Yeah, you have rightly said, in terms of both pass percentage, in terms of both, average percentage, there is a slight increase in both. There are several factors that must have given push in the elevation in the performances. When it comes to research, it says that there are 2 main factors. Number one, it's the classroom teaching, and the second one is the school leadership support that they provide to the teachers. So I would say that number one, it's the concerned subject teacher who has dedicated, who worked very, very hard throughout the year so that the students can perform better, improvement is there. And in addition to that, the school leaders, the school principals, the head teachers, they must have supported the concerned subject teachers regarding that. And in addition to that, you can say the parental support as well as the administrative support is there. So, and beside that, at the end, it is the student who has to work very, very hard. So these are several factors which must have contributed towards the good performance that we have received. And on the top of that, there are several educational projects and programs that supports by the Department of Education that supports the student learning in the schools. Yeah.
Apart from the scholarship that the Department of Education offers, there are many awards that are being awarded to the students for their outstanding performance in their exams. So how many students are bagging the Excellence Award this time?
Yeah, just to inform the audience about what Excellence Award is, actually the Excellence Award is given to the students who scores 95 and above percentage in grade 12 board exams. And the Department of Education provides excellence certificate and a laptop for the student who scores 95% and above. So this year we have, I'm glad to, share with you, this year we have 2 students from Tibetan Children's Village School Gopalpur who has scored 95 and above. So, gladly both of them are girl student. Number one, it's Kaldin Siring. She has scored 95.2, and Rinchen Karma Tsomo, she has scored 95. So these students will be receiving the Excellence Award on the 2nd September 2024, the Democracy Day of Tibet.
And Kela, so in what ways do you do the schools under the Department of Education prepare teachers and students for exams such as the Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE?
Yeah, so it's the preparation for the board exams, particularly for the grade 10 and 12, starts from the very beginning of the academic year. So because I have been in school for several years, I'm still quite aware of what are the things that is going on in the schools. So from the very beginning, so in Tibetan schools, the academic year mostly starts in some schools it starts in January, in many of the schools it starts in March. So at the very beginning itself, the concerned subject teachers as well as the class 10 and 12 students are made familiar with the syllabus that they have to study, the curriculum, and the marks distribution and the exam pattern. So everything has to be made familiar to both students and the teachers. And the second thing that the school administration and the teachers make sure that the syllabus gets completed at the earliest possible. So in many of the schools, they have a deadline that, the syllabus of grade 10 and 12 should be completed by the end of September or early October. It's because students will get ample of opportunities for revision and clarifying the doubts related to the, the concepts that they have not understood. And beside that, I think many of the schools are conducting extra classes, remedial classes for those students who need more support. And then at the end of the academic year, maybe in December, and it's, in some schools in January, they conduct pre-board exams. Some schools conduct twice. So these pre-board exams are conducted so that they can identify those students, identify those subjects where they need more support. And then On the top of that, the Department of Education also provide funding support for the program called Remedial and Coaching Program. So every year there is a 30-hour remedial teaching program by the subject teachers and 30 hours expert coaching program by external teacher. The experts are, the schools themselves identify the experts. Those experts are having like 5 years of teaching experience or 10 years of teaching experience in that particular subject. So they go to the school and then they prepare the students. So all these, the processes are there so that the students can perform better in the board exams. And it's not just the school's preparation, but most importantly, it is the hard work of the teacher, the dedication and the effort put on by the students throughout the academic year. So these are how the students are getting prepared for the board exams.
Definitely. So can you also talk to us about what major changes or challenges or opportunities do you think there has been since the undertaking of the schools, Tibetan schools, from the direct administration from the government of India?
So here you are talking about the CTSE schools. From this platform, I would like to offer my gratitude on behalf of the Department of Education and on behalf of all the Tibetan schools to the government of India, who has been very kind enough to support our educational program, particularly the CTSE schools, the Central Tibetan School Administration, and the grant in 8 schools. So with the decision that came in year 2013 by the Cabinet of Government of India, the CTSE schools were gradually transferred to Sambodha Tibetan School Society through 4 different phases. So I have been through that phases. So the few major challenges, initially the challenge was the recruitment of teachers. And then though the infrastructure and basic infrastructure and many other facilities were provided by the government of India, still when the schools were transferred, there are few infrastructures like the classroom infrastructure or the hostels or the staff quarters that needs to be improved. So that these 2 were major challenges. And then gradually when we started getting the schools getting transferred, we found that the Tibetan schools, the number of Tibetan schools are declining, particularly the enrollment at the pre-primary and primary are quite low. And then over the last 10 years, we found that the teacher turnover rate is quite high. So the challenges that I have shared here is not just about the schools which were transferred from CTSE, but in general actually. So because of these challenges, and in addition to that, the most important challenge that we found is to provide quality education, because the students, the number of students has decreased now. So earlier it was more of a quantity, providing infrastructure and other facilities. Now because the number of children are decreasing, so we are focusing more on providing quality education. So these are some of the challenges that we have been facing. But then these challenges are also an opportunity for us. So for the last decade, since we undertaking the schools from CTSE, what we have been doing is we have been focusing on quality education and then providing implementing lots of numerous educational projects and programs. So we started ICT integration in classroom teaching and learning process. We have been implementing early grade reading project and improving the STEM education in the schools. We have been implementing C-learning program in the schools. We have provided training to the school leaders to strengthen the school leadership and training to the Parent-Teacher Association to strengthening the functioning of the Parent-Teacher Association. And then we, almost all the schools are conducting very regular parent-teacher meetings where the students' progress, the students' education is being discussed between the teachers and the parents. And on the top of that, the problems related to infrastructure is also taken care of. So all these, the factors, all these, what should I say, all these programs definitely has, helped the schools in improving the overall performance that just now you have mentioned about. And I would definitely say that the performances that this year is not just because of 1 year effort or 2 year effort, it's because of the continuous effort at the central level and at the school level, and most importantly by the students as well. So we should be very grateful to all the stakeholders. Particularly from this stage, I would like to offer gratitude and thank you to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. It's all because of the blessings that we have received, and then to the Government of India as well, because of the support that we have been receiving. And so finally, I would like to congratulate all the students, all the teachers. They need to continue with the effort that they are putting on.
Tenzin Dorjee, so thank you so much for taking out your time today and talking to us about the results. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With this, we have come to the end of today's program of In Conversation with Tibettv. Thank you so much for watching.